I just need a lighter. Yeah.
You want to lock the car door?
I did lock the door down.
I just closed it.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I locked it.
I think we got a problem, got a problem.
Let's go. Get up. It's that club, baby. You hear that? We can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Sheik Luch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
We can't sit down to that.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID, and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Nah, think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
Yo, shit, what they want?
Go ahead, get started. We in this beautiful school in Delaware. Y'all did a hell of a job with this place too, man. I'm especially impressed with the library.
Oh yeah, the library.
Yeah, these brothers really got down with these books, man. I happen to be an avid collector myself.
Oh, look.
You know what I mean? So most high in Christ.
Get that joint centered a little bit.
We got any questions in the room?
Sir.
All right. Y'all could always help yourself to that, you know what I mean? No questions online?
Sir.
Any in the room? Oh, y'all all know the Bible, huh? That's what it is. Y'all done figured it out. Come here. Yeah, so who want to teach? All right, let me see what I got for y'all then. Hold up.
I got a question, sir.
Oh, now y'all got questions. Come on with it, brother.
Sorry, sir. I got a question about the Salakia, sir, Most High in Christ. The question I had was the scripture that talks about the last shall be first and the first shall be last. What is that referring to, sir?
Okay, that's referring, you understand, to brothers and sisters inside the nation. You know what I'm saying? Basically concerning like, okay, it's also something that's manifold. You know what I mean? So like take a look even at first of all, take a look at like who's considered like it's laughable to say it, but like who's considered like the aristocracy of Negrodom right now? celebrities, entertainers, you know, pastors, in mega churches and so on and so forth. They're counted as first right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas Israelites are overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Like it's coming to a point where we're going to be sitting down with the nobles, like the scriptures say. It's coming to a point where we're moving, that we're going to be in the forefront, and you're going to see us really change the landscape. But in the beginning, they overlooked us. They overlooked us just like they overlooked Yahushua.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They said that he was the stone that the builders refused, yet he had become the cornerstone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the cornerstone is the foundation. It's what the entire building rests on. You pull that, the building collapses. You know what I mean? And it also has to do with us inside of here. You know what I mean? Like you take a look at you got brothers who leave and then come back. And when they were here, you know what I mean? They might have been officer of 500, officer of 1,000 or something like that. They come back and brothers that was troopers is captains now. You know what I'm saying? Because the first shall be last, the last shall be first. What puts you first and moves you last is your works.
Right.
You understand? Is that there's going to be a changing of the guard. There's going to be a time when Christ rules, you understand, and those underneath him are going to be put into the forefront. And what determines your position is how you move and operate inside of this work. Because remember, matter of fact, give me Matthew 5 and 17.
Sir.
Bible shot.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
You understand? So I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Now we just went over I think last night what fulfill really means. Fulfill means to keep the law in its entirety.
Right.
When we read inside of 2nd Ezra, it stated that those that were clothed in white, much similar to Revelations, because they're basically the same vision, were the ones who fulfilled the law. You have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, all of them in its entirety. Read on.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
You understand? So a jot and a tittle, if we were to translate, it would be like crossing every T, dotting every I. You know what I mean? It's every stroke in the alphabet. You know what I mean? Like a tittle would be like in the ah. After you make the ah, a tittle would be like that line that you put through it. You know what I'm saying? Or like when you do the sa, those 3 lines, those 3 little short strokes. It's a short stroke of your pen. You know what I'm saying? And a dot, of course, you know, is a shorter one. Read on.
Till all be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So do people do that now?
God, sir.
Who does that now?
Christian church, sir.
Okay. How are they in this society?
They're higher up, sir.
They're high. You understand? They listen, some of them got jumbo jets. Who was it that their daughter was scared and called Creflo Dollar's daughter? Creflo Dollar's daughter one time, you know what I'm saying, called the police, you know what I mean, and they asked her address, and the place was so big it had its own zip code. She couldn't even tell them the address. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what's your address? One? Like one what? What? All for one and one for all. I'm here right now. You know what I mean? Like they live deliciously, but they shall be called least in the kingdom. Why are they going to be called least in the kingdom? Because they told you didn't have to follow the law.
That's right.
Matter of fact, I think it was Creflo Dollar himself who said, what did he say? Outside of that, he wants to line everybody up who doesn't pay tithes and spray him with a Uzi.
I believe he said Satan trying to get you to keep the law.
Right. That's what it said, because without breaking the law, he said you can't fall under grace. That's how he said. So, and once again, he never read, you know what I'm saying, what shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? because the Christian church gives you a license to sin.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Christians police righteousness. And as a result, they shall be the least, no matter how great they were here.
Right.
Read on.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be great in the kingdom of heaven.
So if you want to be great in the kingdom of heaven, you have to not only keep the law, but you have to teach men to do so. You have to be an example of it, and you have to be able to make sure that you're able to fish people in, because what was the first order that Christ gave?
What? Follow me, sir.
What else? Finish it.
Not sure, sir.
Anyone else? You were right with follow me, but there's more to it.
Is that become fishers of men?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I shall make you fishers of men, meaning the first order that he gave was to go out and fish. You know what I'm saying? Follow me. We followed him, and then he sent us out to fish. Okay?
Can I read it, sir?
Please.
This is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 19. And he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
You understand? And now this is the brother class. Like, what's more brotherly than giving up your life to make sure that every other black and Hispanic is straight? You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally what Yahushua did, to the point where Yahushua didn't even enjoy the luxury and comfort of having a woman.
Right.
He didn't have time to be unclean. He didn't have time to worry about, you understand, a sister's emotional streak or to protect her or to make sure that, you know, she got shelter. So the foxes have holes, the birds have nests, but the Son of Man had no place to rest his head. Why? Because he was trying to make sure that he'd be able to raise the dead. Trying to make sure that he could cleanse the lepers. He was trying to make sure that he could be a father to the fatherless, which is exactly what he did. You know what I'm saying? So in order for you to be great, and this got to be, it's amazing how many people I hear say, I keep the law. You know what I'm saying? More so in particular outside the UPK. I hear people, you understand, starting to wake up to, you understand, our true identity, and they say, I keep the law. What are you saying? You're not saying anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of
like saying that you keep the law is like saying, I breathe air. You have to.
Right.
It's a natural function of life. Like, what are you talking about? It's like saying I drink water. I drink beverages. Okay.
Kind.
You don't do it for 3 days. See what happens to you. You die. He who keeps the law and teaches men to do so, the same shall be called great in the kingdom. So what you telling me is that you just keep the law. You don't want to be great. You want to be average. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Like, like this is universal and practical knowledge. You understand? That's what this Israelite school teaches. Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, that if you were to apply these things that we do in here to your everyday life and function, they would be able to work. Like for example, right? If you go onto your slavery, right? How do you get a promotion?
You work hard, sir, and you do as you're told. You be on time.
What if you do the bare minimum? What if you just show up right on time? You just do your workload, and then you leave on time. You never do overtime. You never do extra. You never cover nobody else's shift. Who are they gonna give the promotion to? You or the cat who did overtime, came in early, you know what I'm saying, and takes care of everything on his shift?
They gonna give it to the second person
because he's working above his load.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Kind of concept.
Like you don't progress by doing the bare minimum. You excel by going above and beyond. So saying that you just keep the laws, that's the bare minimum. Was it ever an option not to? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought the commandments of God were to be obeyed. So why are you talking like it was an option? Like it's an accolade? Like you're supposed to get some kind of gold star for it? Guess who else kept the law? The rich man.
Right.
Was that enough?
Sir.
How do you know?
because Yahweh said it.
Matter of fact, grab that for me, Baba Kashab.
There's a question online when you're ready.
Okay. What is it in the meantime?
Sister had a question about Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 21.
Okay, we'll get there in a minute.
Khan.
Let me know when you got it. I believe. Well, I mean, all of them have accounts of it. I think you can go to Mark 10 and 17, or Matthew's 19.
Okay.
Baba Kashab, you good?
Okay. Book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
You understand? He wanted to know how he could have eternal life, right? Let's find out what Yahweh told him. Good.
Verse 17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
Okay.
But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Do what?
Keep the commandments.
Ain't it sick that like Christians will say the law is done away with? But when Christ said, if you want eternal life, you got to keep the law. They don't do anything that, you understand, our King said to do, right?
Come. Verse 18. He saith unto him, which? Yahweh said, Thou shalt do no murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother. And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You understand? So he's running down the law. Okay.
Verse 20. The young man saith unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet?
So he's saying he keeps the law. Okay.
Verse 21. Yahweh said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor.
So now you see that there was something above. You understand? Like he had to go above and beyond. Like picture somebody told you to sell everything that you got in your crib right now and just give it away.
How
many of y'all be able to do that?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know about y'all. Like I don't have that much stuff, and it still be hard.
Right.
So now imagine somebody with a yacht, with a Maserati. You know what I mean? Worked hard to get there too. Living in luxury. He had to do sacrifice. He had to do something painful. Now here's something else too, right? Did Christ tell everybody to do that?
Nah, sir.
Why did he tell it to him?
Because he was rich.
Okay, because he was rich. What else? Yeah, it says.
In his heart lies his riches.
This is true. So because his heart lies with his riches, as you would say, what would that mean for him? You gonna give it chances?
And that's where he put his security in.
That's where he put his security. You got your hand up?
He was in the world. His love was in the world or not?
Okay, well, I don't know if I could. Okay, he was in the world, but he was keeping the law. But like, what else? Sis in the back? No, it's like I'm other sis in the back. Select.
I was gonna say, does it have to do with what you said originally? Like those who, I'm sorry, those who are like that, they get caught last. I mean, they get. Yes, maybe that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, Not so much, right? Because there's been plenty of wealthy men that the Lord showed favor to. You know what I mean? Joseph rose to the second highest position in Egypt. Daniel rose to the third highest position in 3 captivities. Abraham was wealthy and powerful. You know what I'm saying? To the point where he went to war with kings. So it's possible for you to serve the Lord and still have money. You know what I'm saying? So okay, more so what's up?
I was going to say
somebody typed in. What they said?
Somebody typed in online because where your treasures are, your heart will be.
Now that ties in directly with what the sister said. You understand? Because his heart was with his riches. That's the perfect precept for it. So meaning that was his weakness. That was his distraction. That's what would have prevented him from doing this work. Yahushua was removing all distraction from him. And that's got to be a lesson for every brother and sister that comes inside this truth, right? Is that you will legitly lose your old life. Like the old you entirely has to die, right? Like I remember when I first came in here, I got hit with an eviction notice, a $12,000 lawsuit. It got down to a point where like my first 3 months in the school, I was living in my vehicle. Still made every class. Picked up an extra class on Sundays too. So there's no excuses. That's why when people say, "Oh, I can't make it to class," I'm like, "Oh yeah, tell me about it." All right, I know. Doesn't work like that. Point being is, you got to want it. You got to be able to lock in. Now, here's the thing, right? This is something else too. I was in Florida at the time. When I came back to New York, I ended up getting rejected by everybody, even if I didn't tell them about the truth. Even like I was a young man and I would hop in the weed cipher, but I wouldn't smoke. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would just stand in the circle, they pass it around, and then they'd be confused when I wouldn't take it. And it was almost like you could see their spirit bothered from the fact that I was able to beat it and they still stuck in it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to tell them to not smoke. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to teach at the time, so I wasn't saying no. I just want to see my peoples. I ain't see y'all. I'm back, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's me. What's up? But the world will let go of you before you let go of the world. And it's actually a beautiful thing if it gets forced. If the Lord will force his hand, you understand, or move his hand to remove that from you, it's going to be painful at first. But I'm going to tell you something. He's removing distractions from you. He's removing the world from you. He's removing old routines from you. Because when you first come in here, it's like you're trying to earn your spot. You're trying to change yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you're becoming a new person. It's almost like you got to relearn yourself. You got to relearn what to eat. You know what I mean? You got to relearn what to celebrate. Relearn how to speak. As a matter of fact, you come in here 90 days, you got to be quiet. You can't speak till after you get the right to say. Now you can go and teach. Now you have a voice. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know. I mean, everybody in here had to get invited into council. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to earn your spot to be able to have a voice inside of Israel, where the Lord removes his distractions from you. You know what I'm saying? Removes. You understand the things inside your life that's going to prevent you from being who he called you to be. And you better answer it if you want to be great inside of his kingdom. I mean, General Muhammad probably said it the best, right? He said that every single person inside the school, it's like being an entrepreneur. It's like having a Fortune 500 company, you know what I'm saying, that you're starting off at the bottom and just building up. You know what I'm saying, to the value of the stock. And what builds up the value of your stock and your company is your works and your labor inside of here. You know what I'm saying? That's what pushes you forward inside of this work until eventually it's payday. Until eventually it's time to cash in on that stock, and that's after Yahushua returns. That's after we get a reward that the scripture says that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard what he has in store for us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about the 144,000 is literally who's going to run the earth, literally who's going to run the world. Like there is a small group of white men who decide if nations go to war right now.
Right.
Who decide if Flint, Michigan has water. Who decides, you understand, what products are going to be shipped across the world, you understand? Like they decide if Jamaica sells bananas.
Mm.
Jamaica's #1 export was bananas, and because they defaulted on a loan from the World Bank, they said, y'all can't sell your bananas anymore. So because you were taking up this piece of the economy, in order for you to pay your debt back, we're going to have our company come and sell these bananas so that we can get it. And that's how you're going to pay back your loan. And that's how you put a nation in debt. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. I think Commander Jen had brought it up last night. Puerto Rico, the entire state, the entire island of Puerto Rico declared bankruptcy because the Jones Act had the entire nation in debt. Donald Trump's abandoned golf course, $33 million to that debt. He started building a golf course and then abandoned it. Left the country $33 million further into debt. And just so you know, if you don't know what the Jones Act is, anything that gets shipped to Puerto Rico has to get shipped twice. So they have to ship it to one port, take everything off, and upload and load it up onto another ship, and then send it over. So as a result, they pay for the labor of that ship, the fuel, the longshoremen, the operators on the ship, the crew, and then just in everything of a tax, because now it costs more to bring those products in. So what happens to the products? Price goes up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, plastic. How much is like a 50 pack of plastic cups right now?
Like $1.50. Depending on where you go.
Depending where you go, it could be $1.50, right? I'm sure maybe it's being raised right now because the price is going up on everything. So let's say $3.
Right.
You ship that to Puerto Rico, it's $10.
Damn!
So these type of things, you know what I'm saying, is what happens when you have the power to be able to run the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. You know what I'm saying? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
So what you're seeing here is righteous men, you understand, fighting for their position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to be great, you understand, if you are tired of being last, you know what I mean, then what you have to do is you have to come in under Command and General Yohana and put your brick in and build, you understand, build that stock within yourself so our king can sit on his throne.
Damn right.
You're funny as hell. Both sides correct. All right. Any other questions? You had a question in the back?
Last night, these guys brought out Isaiah 4:1. I was wondering, what does Isaiah 4:2 mean?
Isaiah what?
Isaiah 4:2.
4 and 2?
Yeah.
Get that for you, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on here as well so I can follow along.
Khan.
All right.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 2. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel.
You understand? So what is Israel escaping? You understand? So what it's talking about is that if you read inside of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, right? It's talking about the curses that would come upon Israel. And then you start to see that there's going to be a rise, you understand? Meaning that, I mean, we say Kwam Yashala all the time. Why? Because we want our people to rise out of this low condition, which, no, you got it, please. You know what I'm saying? If anybody else, you know what I'm saying, please help yourself. So, you know what I'm saying? You want to see our people rise out of this impoverished condition. So now this is talking about what the process is going to look like after we got away from the ugly. after we got away from the curses, after we get away from the destitution and punishments and so on and so forth. That day, the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, meaning what? Now we start to change.
Right.
Now we're going to start to come, you understand, out of where we were, who we were, because this is the beginning of the process of healing ourselves, of taking, because remember, in the first one, it was talking about taking away reproach.
Right.
It's talking about rebuilding the nation.
Come
So
on.
once we start to take away that approach and then rebuild the nation, now there's going to be beauty and glory inside of the earth. You understand that the Lord is going to excel the escaped of Israel, those who escaped oppression, those who escaped these curses. Okay? Please.
Would this be a precept of Romans, the 11th chapter?
Which one?
The is that the olive branch and the wild olive branch? Could you use that for that?
Okay, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because they're gonna say, well, that branch could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you want, like, if there's a word specifically, especially for a breakdown like that, to really convince somebody who's got a seed of doubt in their mind, olive branch is what you necessarily really want. Now there is a precept, I believe, in Jeremiah that refers to it, but you don't even have to leave that chapter. Like it says everything that you need directly there. You know what I'm saying? But you thinking properly. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find a way to galvanize that scripture.
So
That answer your question?
Salak, you say.
So it's not talking about. I thought it meant the ISUPK in this day.
What? I mean, in this day it is. Did we not escape the world? We're not starting to return to. Have y'all been to a past? How many of y'all been to a past?
That's right.
Not beautiful and glorious
Right.
and wonderful. And you know what? And did not 7 women take hold of one man?
Keep your cover. Don't blow your cover.
Y'all know about that.
Right.
Prophecy, huh? Any other questions in the room? No sweat. You said somebody had a question online.
Come, sir. They had a
Alright.
question about Jeremiah chapter 31, 21 through 28.
Jeremiah 31, 21, and to what?
To 28.
All right, let's start. Let's just start at verse 1. Let's break down the whole chat, and I'll mess with it.
Okay.
All
right, Bumper Shop, you can read it.
Book of Jeremiah. Oh, somebody else had it? Book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 21. Set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps, set thine heart toward the highway, even the way which thou wentest. Turn again, O Virgin of Israel, turn again to these thy cities.
Jed?
Verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Jed?
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. As yet they shall use this speech in the land of Judah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. The Lord bless thee, O habitation of justice and mountain of holiness.
You know what? I'm trying to see if this will jog my memory, because I remember this, but not enough, you understand, for me to just reteach it to you right now. Say that for Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'll ask General Mahayman Thursday, because, you know what I'm saying, I vaguely remember it, but I want to make sure everything I tell you is succinct, all right? Because I remember him breaking down that compass. And that was an amazing class. I just cannot remember everything right now offhand.
Yeah, I would love to hear that breakdown.
Yeah, I remember that class.
I would love to hear that.
Any other questions?
Khan, sir.
Good.
Brother Dakaya is asking for a breakdown on First Chronicles chapter 2, verse 34 and 35.
Chapter 2, 34 and 35.
Khan, sir.
All right, let's get it.
Book of First Chronicles, chapter 2, verse 34. Now Sheshan had no sons, but daughters. And Sheshan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Jarrah. And Sheshan gave his daughter to Jarrah, his servant, to wife, and she bare him Attai.
Okay, so this is calling him an Egyptian, like we would call Shaka Utmost a Commission.
Kind
You
of.
understand? Like this is like we would call Uriah a Hittite, like Elijah a Tishbite. You know what I'm saying? But this is a little bit more, you understand, derogatory than the other two. I mean, like we call people either from their lands, how they act, how they maneuver.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this cat right here was somebody who didn't shake Egypt. This is a cat. This is a cat like who he was with us, but he wasn't with us. Like he came out of Egypt and was still in the world. So as a result, you call him an Egyptian. It's like, you know, we call. Y'all ever be inside of a class and then Jeremiah Hyman says it's just because the cat is American.
Right.
Verse 35.
Now he could be an Israelite. Why is he calling him an American? Good.
This is where he has citizenship, or he's a person that follows after American culture.
Exactly. You understand? So he's got citizenship, but his culture is American. Like, and it's we think American in so many different ways. It's why so many people can't come all the way home into the truth, because to them, having just one leader or not voting, we all don't decide. Like, democracy brainwashes people, you understand, into being idiots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's an American way of living. Thinking that you're gonna be a Democrat or a Republican, like just titles and labels, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and we do it to ourselves all the time. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if you were Jamaican, right? And you grew up stateside, you know what they would call you if they were born in Jamaica? A Yankee.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I thought y'all were the same people.
Right.
But they feel as though you're not Jamaican enough. Me, listen, they call me a New Rican. You was about to say that? Literally. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, Rob barely speaks Spanish. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I know enough to survive, but like to be flipped, they speak it too fast. I can't understand it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's why I got time. I'm like, yo, slow it down. Like, you know what I mean? Like certain phrases I know and whatnot, and you know what I mean? But outside of that, it's like, nah, they talking way too fast. Same thing like it down in Mexico. If you born stateside or something like that, or if you ain't from their town, they call you a Chicano. You know what I mean? And you know what? This is something I wanted to bring up. Captain Gaddafi on One West Radio, they were doing a breakdown, and they were talking about, you know what I'm saying, like things that were transpiring inside of California, right? One of the things they were talking about was like a lot of beef that's going on, you know what I'm saying, even inside the gangs, you know what I'm saying, within themselves. Like, I think he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, like blood on blood beef, whatever the case may be. Point being is, he was talking about like, you go to the wrong neighborhood, they just gonna ask you where you from. And you can't turn around and say like you don't gangbang, like that don't matter. You know what I mean? And just so you know, like everything that we bring it up right now, and especially that, you know what I'm saying, this is the Brotherhood class, this is exactly why there was laws for strangers. Because you were the stranger. Like, I don't know about y'all, but when I came up, if we didn't know you, like we didn't, gang culture wasn't big where I'm from, but neighborhood beef was. Right. Mm-hmm. So even though we weren't like a gang directly entitled, but it was like our neighborhood. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that we had our own crew. We had our own set, and it's like, and if you weren't with the allied neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Like these three neighborhoods were an alliance. These three neighborhoods were an alliance. So if there was ever beef, all of them showed up. Y'all with me? If you walk through our park at night and we didn't know you, you know this cat? You were getting beat up, robbed, chased out, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like our culture. Who are you? You ain't tightly knit with us. It's like why we call people fake Israelites. Are they not Israelites no more? Nah, of course they are. You understand? By blood. Y'all with me? So with that being said, this is why this is also why we had a law of a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, even though he's not from your neighborhood, you treat him as if he was born here. And like that, we build our nation. Like that, we keep peace amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? And we do that exceptionally well in here. Listen, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All of you or whatever the case may be. I'm a stranger to Delaware. Yeah.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying, man.
Oh, God.
You know what? All right, let me give you a different example. You know what I'm saying? Like Parasha came from the UK, never met him before. You know what I'm saying? Picked him up from the airport, and I'll tell you what, it's because of that day that I understand like how Samuel knew that David wasn't there that day. Like you know, I would said like he's like, where is he? I'm supposed to look at him and know him. When Parasha turned that corner, I didn't know what he looked like. As soon as me and him looked at each other, we knew each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like as well as me and Knock looking at each other right now with familiarity. And then he stayed at Captain Zakar's house. And Captain Zakar treated, if y'all ever stayed at Captain Zakar's crib, you already know. You know what I'm saying? It's greater than a 5-star hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like you waking up in the morning and there's just trays of food. Like this tray is hash browns, and this tray is scrambled eggs, and this tray is toast, and this tray is pancakes. This is an assortment of all cranberry juice and cups. And, you know what I mean? Like, and it's delicious. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Like living. I mean, listen, and no doubt. Listen, up here, I came up here. But the brother was like, "I got a room for you. You know what I'm saying? I got this for you. Matter of fact, here's my car. You know what I'm saying? Go where the hell you want to.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You got me driving in style. I'm cheating on Yolanda the Honda right now. You got a question?
If I could, sir, just a comment. When I was in Nicaragua, me and my rib was down in Nicaragua, and we never met the brother before. I didn't know who he looked like. I didn't know nothing about him. So I was on the phone, and he's like, "I'm gonna meet you at this place, Metro Centro." Right? So he got out the bus, and she was like, "That's him right there." And I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I just looked at him, and he just looked like UPK. Right. So I was like, "We gonna follow him." So we followed them up to the spot because we was behind him, and we was just walking behind him. And then when he got to the spot, he called me and was like, "Hey yo, Knock, I'm right here." I was like, "Yeah, I'm right behind you." But we knew who he was because he just looked like UPK in Nicaragua.
Because you can see the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. That's what it means to like know somebody. Now, let's say that brother from Nicaragua that nobody knows what to come over here. You treat him like he was born here.
Okay.
You treat him like you know him.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what. And think about it. Like somebody comes from another country. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna have a whole different accent. You know what I'm saying? Like I joke with the brothers from the UK sometimes and stuff like that. Like I'll be like, yeah, because y'all got Celsius and you know what I mean, and all that other weird stuff over there. And what the hell is cricket? You know what I'm saying? Like and then we laugh. You know what I'm saying? But then we put on Biggie and we both jam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like then we go out to eat. We you know what I'm saying, have some hamburgers and you know what I'm saying, and kick back. You know what I'm saying, drink some liquor together because these are our brothers. That is in essence why we have a law of the strangers. So there's strangers that's not your people, and then there's strangers that you treat like they homeborn because you don't know them, because they talk with an accent. You know what I'm saying? Good.
If I could, sir, just a question. Let's say you was to adopt a child. How would you deal with a foster child?
I mean, okay. I would, okay, in essence, if I'm bringing a child into my house to raise them, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to treat them like they my own. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm raising this child, so what would I do for my child? You know what I'm saying? make sure he eats, make sure he got clothes, raise it like in essence, think about even directly what you do for brothers inside here, you know what I'm saying, that you got command over. The scriptures say be a father to the fatherless.
That's right.
And you got brothers who come inside here and you ain't know them, you ain't raised them and whatnot, but you tell them to pick their pants up. Tell them to get a belt. You buy them a shirt if the brother can't afford it himself. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a foster child, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how old he is or whatever the case may be, that is in essence little bro and you his spiritual father.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like meaning you're gonna teach him the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna regulate if he gets out of pocket and give him a check-in. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like it ain't in essence no different unless it's like a stepchild. Where like a foster child, you might not, the parents is not in the equation at all. You adopted them. You don't know where they are. You got to resume the role. You know what I'm saying? But as far as quote unquote what the world would call stepkids or whatever the case may be, you treat them like a little brother or sister. How would you treat your little brother or sister? You'd guide them. You'd school them. You'd give them game. You know what I'm saying? Like they were hurt. You give them an ear. What's going on? Then you give them guidance. You know what I'm saying? So in essence, you know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Like it should come second nature in here because we're raising a nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you get to a certain level inside of here, it's your duty and your job to raise the men that's around you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, much like General Muhammad does for us. You know what I'm saying? Like Man Jenny Hanna does for us. You know what I mean? Like I bring up General Muhammad all the time because you know what I'm saying? Like he's the one who punishes or rewards me on the regular. You know what I'm saying? Either like you did a good job or what the hell did you do that for? Jesus Christ. And then I feel terrible. You know what I'm saying? Look for a way to redeem myself. You know what I mean?
Good.
No sweat.
There's another one on there.
Any other questions in the room before we go online? All right, good.
All right. There was a brother for Kawan Matabak. It says, Shalom, sir. Question, could you equate Mark chapter 14, verse 21 for anyone who leaves the truth, or is that solely just for Judah? The water in advance.
Mark chapter 14 and verse 21. The Son of Man indeed goeth as it is written of him, but woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. Good word forbid if that man had never been born. That directly, you know what I'm saying, in context is applied towards Judas. You understand? But I will say this. If you leave the truth, you are a traitor to our king.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like if you do something to shame or embarrass this school, you are a traitor to our king.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it would be better if you weren't born, you understand, than to be able to come into this truth and then leave. You know what I mean? So loosely, you should take that as a warning and a heed to anybody who would consider being a Judas. But in proper context, that's talking directly about Judas. All right?
Okay.
Which I mean, that's what's even crazy to me. Like that like I need y'all to understand something, right? Everybody needs to get as rooted as possible inside of here. Because like this is it really blows my mind that you could walk with Christ and still leave. Like really feel that for a minute. Like we ain't seen the man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't met him. He ain't come to me in a vision. Somebody told me what the hell he said, and I believed it.
Right. That's right.
I looked down at these words on a page, and that's how I got to know him. Now, imagine somebody who walked with him could still leave. Like you could still betray him.
Right.
Think about how much harder we got to go because like I mean, I've seen some miracles again. I'm not gonna tell y'all about them right now. Because I think if I told some of y'all what the hell I saw, you'd leave the truth. So I'm not going to tell you. You understand? I just know, you understand, some of y'all might get reinforced by it. Some of y'all might be horrified. You understand? For me, it reinforced me. It let me know that what the hell this was is exactly what the hell we supposed to be doing. But now, if we could do that, now picture this too, right? You talking about, you seen this sea split. Seen fire come down. You just wake up in the morning and there's just angel food and quail everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's firstborn inside Egypt. And here's what's even crazier. The firstborn of the cattle died. The firstborn of the animals died. Like y'all like raising pit bulls? Like the firstborn of your litter is dead in Egypt. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Not if it was inside the house with the lamb's blood on the doors. Don't get it twisted. Right. They was protected. I'm gonna be with you in 1 second, right? Okay. But everything that was the firstborn, down to the insects, dropped dead inside of Egypt. And they still complained in the wilderness.
That's amazing.
Like you done walked on dry land in the middle of the Red Sea with water on both sides of you, seeing Pharaoh's entire army drown, and still left. Think about how solid your faith got to be in here. Feel that for a minute. Think about how hard you better go inside of here. You know what I'm saying? And like, even if you don't understand something, you better harp on it until you do. You better harp on it until it becomes clear as day that everything inside of here is right and exact. What are you gonna say?
So like, if I could, would you? Okay.
Okay.
It's a lot of questions. I'm gonna try to make it one. Could you say that they was thinking with Pharaoh's brain, a sort of kind of brainwashing for them to want to be back in Egypt when they knew that it was such prosperity beyond them, kind of like the brothers and sisters that Christ fed with the fish, or with the thousands of brothers, or even the disciples that he had. They knew the prosperity, they knew it was to come, but they was thinking with the oppressor's mind that they would be better off there.
Okay, think of it more as selfishness. Think of it more as complacency and comfortability. You know what I mean? Like you know, like what's one of the reasons that they claimed or murmured that they wanted to go back to Egypt? Flesh pots. Like imagine like we had to have like a mass exodus out of America, and like we're in the damn Amazon in rainforest down in South, you know what I'm saying, or Central America, and there's, you know what I'm saying, spiders the size of this notebooks that, you know what I'm saying, that can eat a bird. There's literally a bird eating spider. It eats birds. How it's catching something that's flying, I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing might be like Peter Parker swinging through the damn Amazon. You know what I'm saying? But it is called the bird-eating spider. Damn. You know what I'm saying? There are anacondas. You know what I'm saying? Like the length of this entire school. You know what I'm saying? Like with a jaw that could open as wide as that refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? And Lord knows whatever, there might be some goddamn chupacabra out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you listen. The frogs are poisonous in the rainforest. Right. A poisonous frog. The frog it's gonna be neon yellow and orange, and you're gonna look at it and think like this is the coolest creature ever. And then he jumps on you, and you are dead in 18 hours. Right? You know what you're gonna be saying? So like we can't go back to Texas. They had Whataburger. Whataburger. You know what I mean? Like America had Chick-fil-A. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I miss those crispy chicken sandwiches. I need a spicy chicken deluxe right now. You know what I mean? No pickles, no tomato, large fries, and can I get a lemonade and iced tea mix?
Shit like that.
You're not finding that. You know what I'm saying? Like you find any chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Like it's on a tree. Right. You even got time to process it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they were comfortable and selfish. You know what I mean? Because to build a nation takes a certain level of sacrifice. They weren't willing to sacrifice comfort. They weren't willing to sacrifice. I mean, that's it. Weren't able to sacrifice. And that's why people can't soldier up inside this truth. Because think about how much, you know what I'm saying, even in my short stay, your short stay, all of our short stays in the truth. Think about how much you lost. Think about the jobs you sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? Like how many of y'all lost to slavery in here? How many of y'all been evicted? How many of y'all lost the rib? You understand? Like do I gotta keep going? Like you, how many of y'all lost friends? Family? Y'all see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like there's a certain level of sacrifice that you have to have. I mean, sleep. Forget, like, what is that?
Right.
You mean that thing Christians do? like ain't no sleep around here. And I still think we got it better than how the generals had it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Commander General used to tell them we'll sleep next month. Not tomorrow. Not even next week. We can't even sleep next Tuesday. Like, you know, he said next month. That's amazing. That is an amazing thing to me. You know what I mean? And they weren't willing to be a soldier, because I'm gonna tell you something, right? Nobody who left the truth doesn't know this is the truth. They know it. That's why they came in here. That's why they changed their name. You know what I'm saying? It said, call me something that a colonizer can't pronounce.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? They changed their life, even if it was for a short time.
That's right.
They ain't leave for no other reason than the fact that they just couldn't soldier up another day. They couldn't hurt. You understand? They couldn't hear somebody say that they was in a cult. They couldn't hear somebody say, you don't eat pork? Good. When that worldly, what do they call them? Thoughts. When you know what I'm saying? When OG Thotty Johnson turned around and said, I can't be with a nigga who don't smoke, and he folded. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't deal with rejection, the pain of rejection inside of here. They wanted comfort.
Right.
They wanted acceptance. You have to be able to sacrifice in order to be in here, in order to build a nation. And these other nations do it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, take a look at the East Indians. They will pack like 30 of them into one house. You know what I'm saying? All their kids in one room, just in sleeping bags, wrapping around the entire room. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indian, all in their crib. You know what I'm saying? And then what they'll do is they'll rotate. And they'll stack money, and then this one moves out. 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 That's what they do. The Chinese do the same thing. The Chinese will pack 50 of them into that dirty apartment.
Right.
You know what I mean? No furniture, no nothing. Why? To sacrifice for the future.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To sacrifice, you know what I mean, for the next generation. That's what you got to do. You got to be willing to suffer inside of here, because everybody loves Yahweh Shah till it hurts. You know what I mean? Then that's when it's got to go out the window.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody loves Yahweh Shah till you have a bad day. Which here's something else, right? You get to a certain rank in here, you can't have a bad day.
That's right.
You can't. Like, could you picture calling General Muhammad, right? And then he's screening your call. I can't counsel him right now because I had a bad day.
Yeah. Good night.
I need some me time. I need a self-care day. You know,
yeah.
Could you picture that? So why you think you get to do it?
Right.
Now, if you a trooper or officer 50, you can have a bad day. You know why you can have a bad day? Because I can't.
Right.
Because General Muhammad can't. Because General Haas and General Mayak and Islakia for going out of order, you know what I'm saying? And all the way down to the captains, Captain Talbot, Captain Mashak, you know what I mean? All the way on down, we can't have a bad day. Remember that. They're not willing to sacrifice. They weren't willing to hurt so that we could have a kingdom. So you know what the Lord said? What he say, Not?
For good. Christ or the Lord?
The Lord, yeah, you know, the Most High.
He perfect?
No, he said none of you niggas are coming to the kingdom. That's what he said. Because realistically, who made it to the kingdom? Moses? Moses ain't crossed the Jordan. Who made it?
Like it, sir.
Huh?
Two brothers.
Two brothers. It was only two brothers who left Egypt who made it into the kingdom. The Lord got rid of that entire generation. I think if there's anything that anybody should learn, is that the Lord don't need that many people to start over.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He really don't need any of you. He made all of us. He can make humanity again. How many people survived the flood?
8.
8 souls were saved by water. 8. How many people is on the planet right now? There's at least 2 billion in China alone. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them Asians, boy. There's 2 billion of them. You know what I mean? Like New York is overcrowded as ever.
Right.
I laugh every time. You know what I'm saying? Like you I'm in a call with you or something like that. Like Knock was riding with me and he's like, Cap, like, why you ain't like changing lanes or like that he's like that lane moving faster than this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I kind of looked at him and I was like, I just accepted it. I just accepted the traffic. Like this is just a part of life now. You know what I mean? Because anything else outside of that is hurry up and wait. Right? You gonna have me speed up to a red light.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Traffic, right.
Let's just leave early and cruise. You know what I mean? Put knock yourself out on, bro. Like let's just rock out to the mixtape and just chill.
Right.
Let's go get a chopped cheese. You don't like them?
I do. That's Sloppy Joe.
No. You're a sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe with no sauce.
Get out of here. You don't know what he's talking about. They must not have took you to 109. They took you to the spot called Chopped Cheese. Where'd you go?
Hebrew Academy.
Yeah. Nah, bro. They don't make them right up there. That's like if somebody comes to Philly and they go to Pat's or Geno's and thinks it's a cheesesteak. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like y'all know y'all gonna take me to Jim, Steve's, Max's, Ishka Bibble. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the joints. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I'm gonna take you. You know what I'm saying? To the spot. You went to Geno's. Feel me? That's why it was a sloppy Joe.
I understand.
You feel me? It's all right. I got you. Next time you come through, you know what? Matter of fact, come to the studio. You know what I mean? And then after that, we gonna ride out. I'm gonna take you out there. So yeah, I'll take them both shots. Any other questions? Y'all want to learn?
Come, sir. There was a question. Can I get a breakdown of Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 19?
All right. Let's go.
I have it here.
Please.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 19. Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backslidings shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy God, and that my fear is not in thee, saith the Lord God of hosts.
Okay, so what's the specific question?
She didn't break it down.
Is it a breakdown? Is it a specific part of the scripture?
Yeah, she just asked for a breakdown of Jeremiah 2:19.
How does someone's wickedness correct thee? If she just wants a breakdown, we break it down.
Come on.
So like it, sir, how was someone's wickedness corrected?
Mm-hmm.
Felt like my wickedness was corrected when I came into the school. Like being taught that I was being wicked.
But this says your own wickedness shall correct you.
Oh. So like your own wickedness shall correct you. Like maybe like the things that you doing in the dark come to light somehow, or like say like if you doing something and the brother could be in class talking and speak to the issue of what you may be doing or something, and you feel guilty.
All right, how about this, right? If I told you don't stick nothing, I got one. Appreciate you, Zara. I'm too up for now. You know what I'm saying? So if I told you don't stick nothing in the electrical socket, and then you take a key and stick it in the electrical socket, what happened?
You get shot.
You gonna do it again?
No.
Your own wickedness corrected you.
Come on,
You know what I mean? Like meaning that the penalty, you know what I'm saying, for what you did is what is supposed to correct you. You know what I mean? Like when you decide to become an alcoholic or a wino when your teeth fall out, you're supposed to know it's time to stop. You get what I'm saying? like your backsliding shall reprove thee. Meaning you go back. Hold on one second. You understand? Whereas the lifestyle that we live is going to be painful. You understand? There's going to be repercussions for the actions, and that's how you're gonna learn.
Come.
Right. Any other questions?
Yeah, another one. Need a breakdown of Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me ready, sir.
Please.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 34. Also in thy skirts is found the blood of the souls of the poor innocents. I have not found it by secret search, but upon all these.
Okay, what's the question?
She wanted to make sure she was reading it right.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more on that. Just so I want to know what she believes it's saying.
Kind. For her to respond here.
Any others? While we wait.
No, that was it.
Any other questions in the room? I know Knock got another one.
There is one. I see it.
Hold on one second.
Come on.
What's up?
How do we address critical race theory in classrooms? It's a conversation about teaching children about race and I guess the plight of Black people in history, I guess. So it's not really teaching how savage Esau was, but it's teaching how we have an uphill battle. So how do we go about?
I mean, I feel like your whole life is critical race theory.
Absolutely.
In here, you know what I'm saying? So okay, so what specifically?
Okay. Teaching it in school, how we go about that conversation? What will be the best way that a UPK officer will go at critical race theory in the classroom?
Okay, that's I still feel like that's like a little vague, right?
Okay.
Because classrooms are a little bit more structured than that.
Right.
So it seems as though there would be a specific topic on critical race theory that they would want you to address.
And it's also Esau teaching.
Of course it is.
Gun with cars.
Yeah, y'all saw what do you call it? he was like, got a white man teaching black
Yeah, this a
history.
bullet.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Gun with cars. So would it be a good thing to push for critical race theory in the classroom, or would it be counterproductive as a nation?
Why would you want it in there? Or you know what? Maybe not you. You would have an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Because one, it would be second nature for you. You probably enjoy the assignments better. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean. But why do people want it?
That's a good question. I believe people think it'd be better for African Americans, quote unquote, to learn about their plight or their the way that they gotta live life before we even try to live it.
But like, do black people not know this is? I think we know. I think white people don't know. Like right. Critical race theory to me sounds like dear white people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it sounds like trying to change them. You can't change them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you want to turn a lion into a house cat and then get upset when, you know what I'm saying, when he tears you apart. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's why Colin Kaepernick knelt.
No,
Whoa, Nelly. I don't know. I don't know. Tomato. It's yeah, that's where we're at with it. It's you know, for what? Like why do we want to change them so bad?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we could always educate ourselves on the plight, but educating them what? Like you think there's such thing as white guilt?
Yeah, it's called white fragility, and that's when white people, you can't have a conversation with white people about white people, but so no, they don't have guilt.
See what I'm saying? Like it's, I don't know. It's like I don't know. We can't have compensation from them. We have to have justice from the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Like what we really need from them, they can't give us at all.
Right.
Because that would be them asking for their own destruction. And you know, like what criminal wants to turn themselves into death row? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Ain't nobody want to walk the green mile. Like it don't work like that. Like for white people to actually understand or reach some kind of solution for a critical race theory, they would need to say, we deserve to be put in cages. You know, please restructure our society and put us in chains. Who's gonna do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like none of them would. It's like what were you gonna say? You had your hand up because I was just gonna harp on it.
If I could, so they brought it to the classroom. They tried to push it into the public system, whatever you call it, the public school systems of America, and white people protested, boycotted, and rioted. All the above. Like they was throwing chairs. I mean, white men was pissed, and it was about teaching critical race theory. You know what I mean? And I looked at that as, you know, like you just said, Esau is just already ravenous. Esau just wants to destroy everything. So if you put Esau in front of a mirror, that's what he does.
Because ugly people hate the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Big ups to Captain Shot.
Hey, shout out to Captain Shot.
People hate them.
Like as soon as you said that, like his voice was in my head. Right. But that's the facts. Ugly people hate them.
Right.
But it's clearly it's not for them.
Right. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like whoever suggested that is like looking for some kind of sensitivity training for white people. Like they are free. Like they will fight for the freedom to do whatever it is that they want to do, and they live free. Like I saw a Red Bull commercial, and like he had some kind of this devil, like these devils were jumping off cliffs and kayaking and jumping out of planes, and one of them was on some kind of aquatic hoverboard. Like they stand on this little board and water shoots out of it, and he's just flying all over the water and whatnot. And I'm like, they are in heaven. Why the hell do they want to listen to me? You know what I'm saying? Like speaking of it, you know what I'm saying? Sponsored by Red Bull. Like Travis Pastrana has an amusement park in his backyard with dirt bikes and ramps and all that. Why the hell he want to know, you know what I'm saying, that the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria were slave ships?
Right.
It was for his benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like they succeeded in conquering all this. Like it's you asking them to want to reverse conquering you. You know what I'm saying? Like picture having a fight with somebody, and then somebody comes back and it's just like, could we do it again, but could you lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, and now you gotta sit there and you gotta say, so I have to let you beat my ass?
Right.
Jeez.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it don't work like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but in essence, what we really need is we really need to turn back to the Lord, so that this way He can destroy them and give us what you understand what we justly need. You know what I mean, in order to move forward. Yeah?
And if I could, sir, one last question. The teacher spearheaded the class with a white lady named Robin D'Angelo, a white woman who supposedly talks about Black people. She got a book, of course, called White Fragility, but she speaks about talking to white people about Black issues. She's made a lot of money in writing this book, speaking as a so-called spokesperson or representative for Black people. And white people listen to this white woman because she's able to communicate through learning the Black language. And then
is that little old white lady who yelled at the little white girl in class? No? Okay.
She's
I seen a viral clip, you know what I'm saying? Of,
Not her.
huh?
Not her.
No? You know who she is though. You seen her?
like a Midwestern middle-aged white woman.
Okay.
I mean,
A Karen.
Karen.
That's like the only like slur we have for them that's working. Like they hate that.
They do. They kind of.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love calling them Karen.
Yeah.
I need to share this. I'm sorry, but like yo, I seen the funniest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? It was I seen a meme, right? And on the meme, you got to get the bottle.
I got to rush it up.
You want to hear this? So it was I was about to say a bottle. So it was a meme, and on it was like, so do beavers just like see running water and just say to themselves like, no, like not today.
Nice.
So then I looked in the comments and somebody called them river Karens. Yo,
river Karen.
That tickled me to my soul, bro. Like that almost took me out. I was like, we need to keep that going, yo. Like Karen is working.
So how would you deal with the teacher using a white woman talking about black issues who made a lot of money, two white people, and you in the room with a whole bunch of Edomites, what would be the best? What would be the best? What would be the best way to, be a? How would you handle that?
They had to give us our pain, and now you gotta be the one over dictating. You know what I'm saying? How I'm supposed to research it, learn it, and get over it. Like you can't even allow us to deal with how we're supposed to deal with you on our own. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to still have you educate us on our own pain that you caused us in the first place.
Right.
You have to be in control of how we understand how we should view you through your own lens. That's sick. That's insane.
Right.
Or you can come inside the ISUPK. You understand? We'll teach you critical race. The white man is the devil.
There's no group out there better than ISUPK.
About white issues, about black issues. She's like, if I could, sir. She said the black man told her that if white people listen to black people, it will be revolutionary.
Okay. I want you to just get a giant mirror and cover it with a cloth and just bring it in. And then just set it up and then just be like, I'm about to show you the entire problem right now. And then just pull the mirror off and then just be like, please step right up.
Right.
You understand? Like that is the entire problem right there.
Damn right. Jeez.
Knock, you just saddened me with that. That is insane.
I go to a PWI.
I feel like you stay in school. No. Like I'm saying, like I'm proud of you. Like, what do you mean? Like, but I'm just saying, like since I've met you, you've been like, what I'm saying, like dealing with like higher degrees of learning.
It's easy.
They think like we're not educated in here.
Right.
Okay.
For those who believe that, what I'm saying, like Esau's system is the way to go or something like that.
Okay.
Like we don't have doctors. Like knock signs up for school for fun.
Right.
like I feel like this brother graduated like 5 times since I've been in here. Like every other year I see a new tassel. I'm like what? Like he already got a doctorate. Like is that how you become an astronaut? Like I don't like what are you trying to do? Like what?
That's funny.
I don't know. He's trying to have his own school.
Hey.
Like Knock would build his own institution and then go through it just to graduate.
You gotta do what I did. You gotta do it.
Let me stop, man. It's amazing to me. I couldn't do it, so more power to you, man. As soon as I get under those fluorescent lights, I want to die.
Man.
No, you need to take some liquor.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I haven't been day drinking.
Take some tequila. And then class is a party.
I like your style. All right, let's get back to it.
Oh God, sir.
Oh God. We got any other questions?
Well, the sister had gave a little bit more insight on what she was seeing in that Jeremiah 2:34.
Okay.
She was saying, does it say that we hurt our own people and we are doing it for the whole world to see?
Yeah, meaning like it was never in secret to the first. It's not hard to look to. It's evident to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear as day. It wasn't even like, what I'm saying, we tried to do that dirt in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly what it is.
Wakanda.
Any others?
Wakanda. There's quite a few actually. Let me pull up another one here, sir. Just a moment. Brother had asked, let me go all the way up here. Is there a scripture to defend a brother in the world, even if he is a Muslim, Egyptologist, etc.?
Defend?
Wakanda.
Right. What does he mean?
So I guess if it's a brother that's in the world and he's a Muslim, can we still? Is there a way that we can defend his beliefs or defend that brother even though he has these beliefs?
Did he ask to be defended?
If he asked, then why is he in the school?
That's like, did he ask for help?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure as hell not defending his belief. I step on Quran.
That's right.
I slam him on the floor. Them cats in the halal cart was mad.
Yeah.
It was a halal cart right in front of us. They was over there, you know what I'm saying, cutting that gyro meat like it was
right.
meat.
The brother said in combat.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What situation am I going to be in that I have to defend somebody in the NOI in combat?
I guess if he was dumped on by a bunch of white boys or something.
By some rednecks.
I'm just trying to understand. Listen, let me make it more simpler. If any black, Hispanic, or Native Indian needs protection, call Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
You understand? Regardless of what a religious affiliation or association you have. You know what I'm saying? Cole, reach out for help. You understand? But some of y'all might be getting your ass whooped, and that might be judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want me to interfere with judgment from the Lord because you worship an idol.
Right. The Lord wasn't with him.
You want listen, safety and protection is of the Lord. You'd have to actually serve the one true living God.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know the nature of his question or where it's coming from directly. You know what I mean?
And another one. You want me to go on for that one? Want me to go on for that one? All right, the next one, Sakan UPK. Shalom, sir. If I could get a breakdown of Amos chapter 9 and verse 12.
Amos 9 and 12.
Okay. I have it here. It's the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this.
Okay, what's his specific question?
No, nothing in specifics here.
Ask him, you know what I'm saying, specifically what he's asking. And then you can give me another one in the meantime.
There was another one here. Leviticus, I believe it was. This is, can I get a breakdown of Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1?
All right.
It's the book of Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness, whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
Okay, you can't hide sin. You understand? So if you see a brother, you understand, and he's doing something wrong, you're supposed to check him and correct him. So now, what then happens if you cannot check or correct him?
Tell somebody they can.
You understand? Give him a hand. You understand? You tell somebody who can. You understand? So it's like if, like, let's say you're 5,000. You run into a trooper who's smoking. You're gonna check him, right? What if you don't?
They're not the sentence on me too.
You understand? Because you allowing it. You allowing it to periphery. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be in the position to be able to make sure that you can correct wickedness. And if not, then you have to bring him to somebody who can. You can't hide his sin. You know what I'm saying? Like you supposed to, and like this is not talking about turning somebody into the police either. You understand? Nowhere like Who's the last person you seen get turned over to the authorities by their own people in the scriptures? Christ. You want to talk about Judas? You are Judas. Like, what prophets took their people into the authority and decided to bring them onto another nation? You ever see that in the scriptures? Only time you did was when Judas turned on Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? This ain't talking about, you understand, if you have a warrant, I'm turning you in.
Right.
We snitch.
Right.
It's not what this is talking about.
Right.
You understand? This ain't talking about Esau's laws or nothing like that. This is talking about you're just talking about the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Salakia. Because that's what happens, you understand, when your fake Israelite leader is a cop. He wants to deputize everybody to get more collars. That's what that's about. All right.
Come on, sir.
So if you do not correct wickedness, or if you try to hide somebody else's sin, you're guilty as well. Another question?
Well, the brother expounded a little bit. He
What'd he
said, sounds like on Amos 9 and 12, Edom and the heathen are called by God's name.
Sounds like what?
Yeah, that's what he said. It says, Salakia, sir, it sounds like Edom and the heathen are called by God's name.
Do we read the same Bible?
Come on, sir. Want me to read that again, sir?
Please.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this.
So what, he thinks Edomites get saved now?
That's basically what he says. Sounds like
who's the they? Matter of fact, ask him that.
Come on.
Who's they in the scriptures? In this scripture?
The Huis.
I want to see if he responds.
He said Israel, sir.
Israel. And what is Israel doing inside this scripture?
I believe he should be watching us live here.
I'm going to work with him. Let's give him a second.
Come on. Possessing Edom.
Okay. It says they're going to, and not only that, and all the heathen. You understand? So now, who's called by the Lord's name?
He said, LOL Salakia, Israel.
Israel. What's Israel being called by the Lord's name for? How about possession of Edom and the heathen? This is just saying that the Lord's commanding that Israel's doing this.
Right.
That's all that it's saying. Please stop loving the heathen.
Right.
Don't look at a scripture and say like if you break it down like that, you'll see what the scripture's saying. This is by the Lord's command. That brother's in the school. Don't even answer it. He got to be a young man. It's all right.
Let me see here.
Brother, don't forget what you know trying to learn something new. Because you know what it can't be saying, right? What can't that scripture say?
The Lord loves Edom.
You understand?
Right.
Which is what Christianity wants you to think it's saying. Ask him if he understands it, and then let me know if there's another question.
Con, sir.
You got another one?
Con, sir. There was a question request to break down 2 Corinthians. Let me get back up there. Salakia. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6.
All right.
Con. It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6. Who also have made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the spirit. For the letter killeth, but the spirit giveth life.
What is the letter of the law? Or the letter? Everybody in here.
Oh, come
on. Scratching their head, looking around. Go ahead. You got it. Yeah, you got it.
The letter of the law is the actual death sentence.
What do you mean?
It's certain laws that is a when you break that law, the penalty is death.
Which is the statute.
What concept?
Like y'all have heard of the statute of limitation? Statute of limitation is what? The time span in which you can get the punishment equivalent for committing that crime. You understand? So laws and commandments, you know what I'm saying? Commandments is things that the Lord told us to do. You understand? Law, like these laws is how we govern ourselves. The statute is the penalty for breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if you stole, what was the statute for stealing?
Cut your hand off.
What else?
Do you pay back 7 times?
You pay back 7 times what you stole. That's also a stat. Now, depending on what happened, you know what I'm saying? You would pay it back 7 times if you were poor and you were hungry. You know what I'm saying? You could get your hand chopped off, you know what I'm saying, under a different circumstance. Like, that was judgment. These were statutes concerning it. You understand? So, the letter of the law is going directly according to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it says do this, do it. Put him to death. It's the penalty or the punishment that goes along with it. All right? Good?
Would that be like following the law to a T?
What's up?
Would that be like following the law to a T, like the letter?
To a T as well, because here's the other thing, right? What else can you do in judgment?
Okay, sir. You could do a sacrifice.
Okay. Right now, we're talking about killing, though, right? We're talking about killing. What else can you do besides kill?
Have mercy.
Give him a hand.
Right. That's right.
You can have mercy. You understand? It's like if you want to understand the spirit of the law, right? So when the scripture says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, then Yahweh shall say, but I tell you, you resist not evil, right? Why was Christ saying that you resist not evil?
Like that, because the evil is what was done to you, and if you repay that by taking the eye, then that's repaying the evil for the evil. But
you on it, meaning the evil is a penalty, is a punishment, is something negative. You understand? It's not saying that it's evil to do, but like, what are you not resisting? What is the evil you're not resisting?
Vengeance.
Revenge. Give him a hand. You understand? You're not resisting revenge. Now, can you take his eye? What else can you do? Forgive him.
That's right.
You understand? Give him a hand. That's the spirit of the Lord. Is there a time to take an eye? Is there also a time to not take the eye? That's the spirit of the Lord.
That's right.
You understand? The spirit of the Lord is not just kill him, kill him, kill him. Why don't you hear the matter? You understand? Like, is this a situation where the cat deserves death?
Right.
The letter just kills, but the spirit deals in righteous judgment.
Right.
What's the spirit behind the law? Why are we doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a spirit behind every law. What's the spirit behind mixed fabrics? Y'all familiar with the law on mixed fabrics? What's the spirit behind that law?
So you don't gyp somebody.
How can you gyp somebody by selling mixed fabrics?
It's like stepped on. Like you telling them it's cotton, but it's not.
It's so funny because it's like you saying stepped on. That's no. This is why it's so funny because like that's how Kawak would have taught it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kawak will teach brotherhood like if you and your brother go half on a brick. Now I'm joking, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But okay, so how would stepping on something be wrong?
Because you're paying for this. If you do go half on a brick,
what am I paying for? What am I paying for?
You're paying for this quantity of this product. So if you paying for this quantity of this product and you're getting half the quantity plus something else, you're not getting what you paid for.
You understand? So in essence, imagine I tell you it's silk, but it's half cotton, and I'm selling it to you for the price of full silk. So as a result, you can scheme and hustle your brother.
Right.
You understand? So it's like Esau has a different culture where he puts what the fabrics is on the fabric. Like that's their culture. You know what I'm saying? So the idea of not wearing a mixed fabric, it's not like the fabric is evil. It's to stop you from doing evil against your brother.
Right.
So if you keep the fabric 100% whole, now you ain't got to worry about somebody trying to skim corners. You know you're getting leather. You understand? Because you know who tried to pull that? I was walking through like a little flea market, and you know what I'm saying? One of my ribs was looking at the pocketbooks. And the Hamite is like, you like this? You know what I'm saying? Leather. I looked him dead in the face. I said, you know that ain't leather. Right. because that's what somebody can attempt to scheme. And remember, all the laws hinge on what two things?
Love the Lord all your might and love your brother as yourself.
You understand? So one has to do with the Lord, the other one has to do with brotherhood.
Okay.
So clearly you understand loving the Lord ain't got nothing to do with the fabrics. I mean, if you love the Lord, you're not going to cheat your brother.
Right.
You understand? So every single law that you find, there's an equivalent that has to do with either brotherhood or serving the Most High. So the spirit behind that law is not to be able to cheat your brother. You understand?
Okay.
So that's the difference between the letter and the spirit of the Lord. One is just kill, and the other one is understanding when to kill, when to give life. Any other questions in the room? We probably got time for one or two more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who killed Biggie?
Good night.
The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
That's right.
What's that crazy?
Yo, not good.
Oh man.
Not crazy.
I'm gonna talk to you later. Oh, it's like it says, guys.
So like in my mind, I like to rephrase, like recap things. Basically, the bottom line is the letter of the law is the statute, meaning the penalty for what happens for that.
Right, putting somebody to death. That's why it says that the letter kills, because it was all about being put to death. If you want to, and if you want a perfect even understanding or a perfect example of what's transpiring now, when it says that, like for example, the schoolmaster is not here, or the veil of the law is removed, the letter of the law is removed, the woman caught in adultery is the best. You understand? Because realistically, what was supposed to happen to her? She was supposed to be put to death, right? But what did Christ tell her? You understand? Go and sin no more, meaning he gave her a second chance. You understand? Whereas she could have been put to death. Who's the only person who could have thrown a stone? Christ. Why? Because he wasn't guilty. You understand? He was without sin. So as a result, what you're seeing there is that when it says we're not under the penalty or the letter of the law, meaning that no one is coming to put you to death right now. Right. Because right now we have an opportunity to live. We have an opportunity to serve the Most High. That's what grace is about. It's about changing your life so that this way you have a time to get back to the Most High. A period of time to prove that you're worthy of life. You understand? And there's a reason as to why it's called a free gift. You understand? It's called a gift because none of us deserve it. Like what could you possibly have done in the world? You understand? To and not you, but you know what I'm saying. Everybody in here to deserve to be inside here right now. I don't deserve to be sitting here right now. I deserve to be dead. Like the Lord should have destroyed me a long time ago. But he didn't. Like what act? Like think of an act in the world that you could have done to put you in this seat.
Walk up the steps. Come to the door.
Without that's to come here. But walking up steps is what made you deserve being here. That's just what got you here physically. What did you do? What could you have possibly done in the world? What act that do you believe in your head deserved to get you here? Stepping on shit? Let me give y'all the answer. All our righteousness is as filthy rags.
That's right.
You understand? There's nothing that any of us did to get here. It was a free gift.
You
understand? Nobody deserves to be here. We deserve death. That's why, let me tell you one of the most gangster things ever. I want to show y'all something. Did you have a question or you wanted to answer that, sis?
I don't even know.
Oh, no sweat, right? Give me this. Then after that, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Give me 2 Corinthians 12:7.
Okay, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 7.
Good.
Unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh.
What was Paul's thorn in his side, in his flesh?
I don't believe it says.
It doesn't. Why doesn't it?
We all have thorns.
Give him a hand. You know what would have happened if it would have said Paul's thorn?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would have thought that was the biggest thing you had to look out for.
Right.
And if you weren't doing that, then guess what? You were okay. Because that's the thorn.
Come on.
But we all have a thorn. People listen. All Enoch had one verse, and they turned they made a religion around him, books about him.
Right.
Like you'd have a better argument with the Book of Jasher because at least it says Book of Jasher in the Bible.
Right.
They never say nothing about Enoch having a book.
Right.
Ever. You understand?
Come on.
So now you starting to see that he's got this thorn in his flesh, something that he has to battle. Good?
The messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure.
Read on.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me.
3 times he asked the Lord to remove this from him. Get it?
And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee.
What does that mean?
Grace meaning that the probationary period or the time I gave you is sufficient enough.
This is true, but what is he really saying?
You gotta live with that. I can't remove that. That's something you have to deal with.
Okay, you right. Why? Why is he so like what is the real spirit? That is one of the most gangster lines in this whole book to me. I speak as a man. like when it hit me, what my grace is sufficient enough, like that's like a checking.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like my grace, nigga, I gotta fight your battle for you too. Like my grace is sufficient enough. You know what that translation is? You're still breathing. You understand? Like I should have put you to death. You're not supposed to be here. My grace is sufficient enough. So I let you live. Now I gotta fight your battle for you. Now, so I let you live. You understand? You got an opportunity at life. What? Now you can't suffer. Now you can't fight. Now you can't struggle. I already ain't pulled a trigger. What else you want? Read on.
Man.
That's gangster.
My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
How's that happen? So, enlighten all of us.
You read it one more time?
For my strength is made perfect in weakness.
Getting through your weakness is what make you strong.
You understand? Meaning that's that you fighting your weakness is going to make you stronger. You have to fight that. So it's like you don't turn around and pray for the Lord to remove things. You understand? If you ask for anything, ask for more strength. You understand? Ask for the inspiration to be stronger. So that this way you can get some fight in you and then go fight the battle and win it. Or go bang a tambourine or put on a purple shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no difference to me. Let's finish it though, just because there's more in the scripture.
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me.
Y'all understand? Who's the guard? Chaataza. Okay, pass the class over to priest and officer massage.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brother and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, by Asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, which is free will offering for the priests, not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of Purim, which is on February the 15th at sundown. Monday, February 14th, and Tuesday, February 15th. All right, you can read about it more in Esther 9:20 through 31. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Elijah, we're going to give the teacher a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak.
Oh, you know what? Normally, Slakia, because I think you only salute the teacher when it's the general. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saluting y'all back. You know what I'm saying? But y'all Bashim and Shabrak Thumb.
Y'all Natas, Sar, between turns, sisters, y'all, Imagine. We're going to give the sister a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Adam Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shema, Adam Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Matah, that's dismissed.
Crispy. Do that saw again. That saw was crispy. Ooh. I did it at the same time. I was like, and when I stepped east, I was like, woo.